Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the Bama Standard, home of your greatest Alabama content on the web and pretty much anywhere. Before we get started, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, live chat, get rowdy, do your thing. If you're watching the replay, shame on you for not being on here tonight, but show us some love in the comment section. As always, we're brought to you by Workspace Solutions. If your business needs a full-fledged marketing team or a myriad of other business solutions, they are the people to contact. Visit them today at workspacepros.com. I'm your host, Justin Riley, but the real attraction, the undefeated, undisputed king of comedy and star of the show, the Steve Brown.
What's up, man? What's happening? I'm so excited, man. We got great guests. Steven's glasses are finally straight. They're not crooked like as they usually are. I think we rolling now, man. The tide is rolling. We rolling. Nobody still likes Marvin. So life is good. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Life is good for all of us here and for a 1999 all SEC linebacker. And when Ric Flair said to be the man, woo, you got to beat the man. He is that man, Marvin Constant.
He didn't pick no bombs this week.
Oh no, I hit him this week. I hit him. I got a hold to him this week, baby. I hit him.
And we're going to hear a lot from Marvin in just a moment. But last but not least, the international sex symbol who is the senior analyst of Touchdown Alabama Magazine, Stephen M. Smith.
What's up? What's up, man? Milroe in the Heisman conversation now.
He is. He is. But listen, before we start talking about it, you interrupt me one more damn time. Anytime somebody keep a tab, Steve. Anytime someone interrupts me, that pay is deducted from them and goes to you.
You're a professional snitch. That's right up his alley anyway.
And he's late, but he's a two-time national champion and two-time USFL champion, one of the baddest men to ever tote the rock, Bo Scarborough.
So Justin,
what up?
So with y'all boys, man?
Bo,
what's up, Steve?
Bo, you is late, Bo. You late.
$20.
That is not the Bama Standard. I'm telling you. I'm telling Steve. I'm telling Marvin.
All day.
And for the one person who has sense on this panel, Stephen M. Smith, we got a legend in the house. We got a man that every time we play LSU, we have a whole week dedicated to what he did to them, especially the Honey Badger. If you will, for the people in the audience and for all of us, do your thing and bring them in right.
Okay, so we got the host of the show who's a Mississippi guy, Justin, but the bigger Mississippi guy, D.I. Beville, Mississippi, two-time national champion. Do you not know women in Louisiana fear this guy? Like, they are so afraid. You got sorority girls still crying because of this guy in the bayou. I mean, he torched LSU, just straight murder, mass murder LSU in the national championship game in 2011 season. Then he goes down to LSU, caught them 3 big passes from A.J. McCarron to set up the make a man miss screen pass to T.J. Yeldon. This is a bad man. Forget 3-star. He every star. He can come down here and get whatever he want to get because he's that dude. We got Mr. Clutch, Tiger Killer, Kevin Norwood, 83. He in here. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
What up, fellas?
Hey, man, I don't understand why I can't get an intro like that, man. This is ridiculous.
That, Steve. I appreciate that. That was a nice intro.
Well, Steve Brown, did you embarrass the Honey Badger?
Huh?
Did you embarrass the Honey Badger?
No, but I really talked a lot about what Kevin did to him, so I think that equates to something. I had a lot of jokes about it, and I feel like I should get that same, since I'm the star of the show.
He didn't embarrass the Honey Badger, but he does still sleep with a Winnie the Pooh bear. So
come on, Mark. No.
I do have to ask a question, Kevin. Does the Honey Badger still send you a card on Father's Day because you are his daddy?
I get nothing.
Oh, he's an ungrateful child. Okay, I got you.
It's a new generation. A new generation, you know.
Well, man, welcome back. It's been a minute since we've had you on. If you would, brother, tell everybody what you got going, where you're at, you know, so we can get the folks in the audience caught up.
For sure. I am I'm an instructor now here at Ole Miss. I was coaching over here at Ole Miss, but decided to hang that up real quick. So now I'm an instructor right now.
Was it the hours, Kevin? Was the long hours, Kevin?
It was the hours. It was a bunch of stuff.
Hey, Steve, they found that he had an OnlyFans stream going.
Uh-huh.
That conflicted with the integrity clause in his contract. No, no, I get the long hours definitely can take a lot of your life out of you. Hey, real quick, we got a super chat to start things out with. Tabius, $5. I know Marvin was happy as a big pig and slop when LSU players were being sent to the tent. Those boys were physical.
Yeah.
Y'all not ready for me to answer this already.
Yeah, we actually are. And actually, that provides a perfect segue to our very first segment. And I know everybody, since clock hit 0:00, was waiting by their computers to hear what Marvin Constant had to say, because many feel that he's responsible for sending the mercenary to Jayden Daniels this past Saturday night. He's going to clear all that up. Folks, it is time for your favorite segment, Constant's Chaos.
Favorite segment?
To my guy, Dallas QB killer Turner. Listen, man, I love this guy. Listen, I don't wish ill will on no one. You know, I suffered a very, catastrophic injury against LSU myself. Never want to see that. But, man, listen, what I tell you, I wasn't mad about that hit. Man, listen, this is the second time in his career he's taken out a quarterback who posed a serious threat to us. You can go back to the Texas game last year when he knocked out Quinn. I was like, oh, hell yeah, that's my guy. So to see what he did in that performance as a, defense as a whole, second half, 1 touchdown, we have really been playing some consistent second half football. The only thing that I want to see is, can we do what we're doing in the second half for a complete game? Because again, great teams don't focus on what they do well. They focus on their deficits so that they can become a complete team, because complete teams are hard to beat. I promise you. So that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. But to my man Dallas, oh, listen, man, you don't understand, man. Dallas, you made me almost put this helmet on and go outside and tackle some of these kids walking the street, baby. I was.
Hey, but Marv, this was my concern. And especially with the commentators, they tried to make it seem like it was targeting and this and that. That was clearly a football hit. That was a football hit.
How many times you got a whooping going up and then you want to blame your mama for getting the whooping? Hey, it's always gonna be somebody mad because they getting their ass whooped. Dallas did what Dallas does. That exemplifies
that was
Alabama football. Physical, focus, committed to the damn process. I loved every damn second of it.
Steve, I'm glad you brought that up. For those of you who are wondering at home, or who may even be haters and who are accusing Dallas Turner of targeting,
that wasn't dirty.
Well, I went and did some homework. I went to the SEC website to look up what actually constitutes as targeting, and I'm going to go through a few of these things here.
You could have just played the old tape.
Marvin Constant.
They would have seen textbook examples of targeting.
I'm going to go through a couple of these here, and you tell me if any of these fit what he did. Number one, a launch, a player leaving his feet to attack an opponent by an upward and forward thrust of the body, making forcible contact to the head or neck area. At any point, did he hit the head or neck area? So we check that box off. Then you got a crouch, followed by an upward and forward thrust to attack with forcible contact at the head or neck area, even though one or both feet are on the ground. Did he do that, guys?
Nope.
Leading with the helmet, shoulder, or forearm, fist, hand, or elbow to attack with forcible contact at the head or neck area. Guys, did he do that?
Nope.
Last but not least, lowering the head before attacking by initiating forcible contact with the crown of the helmet. Was he doing that?
No. Hey,
Listen,
Justin,
man.
that's
Hold on,
kind of
Steve.
funny.
Hold on, Steve. Hold on. Hold one second. I got one last point. To anybody who got a problem with what Dallas Turner did, take your damn skirt off and go pick a new damn sport. All he did was do what he's supposed to damn do. Play fast, play physical, finish the damn play. Did he drive him in the ground a little bit? Hell yeah. But I loved every second of that. That's how you're supposed to finish. Run to him and through him. Anything less than that, stay your ass on the sideline. Go,
Hey,
Dallas,
Justin.
go.
But Justin, I the only question I have, I mean, yes, all those things he didn't do, but I do understand that I can kind of relate to it because it happened to me at the club 2 weeks ago. All those things were done to me, and yeah.
Now, I will say this. Dallas made the hit that had everybody like, okay. But prior to Dallas's hit, did y'all see the combination of a Boygby and Lawson tear him up too? A Boygby blew him up. A Boygby and Dingall. A Boygby made the initial hit, and then Dingall comes in and cleans. I'm like, that was something too. That was like the prelude to Dallas.
Well, here's the thing about it. This is what people have to realize. This is football. It's a contact sport. It's a gladiator sport. Yes, they're trying to make it safer, but at the end of the day, anytime you walk across those lines, Kevin and Bo can tell you, your life is on the line. This can go real bad, real fast. So you know what you're doing. So don't complain when somebody get their ass knocked out. That's what you're supposed to do.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you how I look at it. I think Jayden Daniels, he was playing touch football the whole game until he got tackled. That's what happened. Nobody was able to get a good. Everybody was trying. He's so fast and so dynamic. Nobody was ever able to get a clean hit on him. And I don't know if y'all remember. I said this last week. I said he is reckless, and somebody's going to put a hat on him, and it's going to be over. Now he was running reckless the whole game. He wasn't sliding. He wasn't doing all that. And Dallas finally caught him, and that's what got it.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, Steve, boy. I was kind of glad Dallas did because Jayden was giving us that work for a minute though, boy. So shout out to Dallas.
Yeah.
Shout out to Don Parker, $5. Honey Badger still got PTSD about that game. Wood gave him and other secondaries the business.
Yeah.
Let's hear from you, Kevin. Man, weigh in on this. I know you played offense, but you love some good hitting here and there. What was your overall take in it? Did the referees get it right or not?
For me, I don't know. I was actually kind of disappointed he got hurt. Not for the simple fact that, that was turning, all that hitting stuff. I really care less about that. I'm all for protecting the quarterback where I'm on offense. But no, I was upset he got hit only because the game was exciting. It was fighting back and forth. Of course, I wanted Bama to win, but at the same time, when he got hurt, that kind of took the wind out of everything. It kind of got boring then, and
game over.
I was looking for a good game. Yeah, we were already up 45 to
20,
20, something like that. But I wasn't worried about them winning. I was just excited to see Jayden Daniels. Like he was really giving us the business. And I'm sitting here watching them, and I post on social media. Can we put a QB spy in or something? Like I'm trying to figure out a way to stop this man. How can we stop this one man that's killing us right now?
Marvin, you care to weigh in on that?
It gave me flashbacks of Cam Newton and Ben Menzel's and and all those guys. And it was exciting to see for me.
But you know what it goes back to? We run so much cover one, man, and when those linebackers and DBs have their backs turned, it's hard to keep up with that quarterback. So if we're gonna run a cover one, we do need to run instead of having a just the middle of the field open. I would say, switch to a two-man spot. Have the Mike and Will linebacker pass that QB off, depending upon what the back does, because you need somebody to account for a quarterback like that. Because again, if everybody's bailing out because they're chasing receivers, nobody's there to account for the quarterback. And that happens so many times. And then when we did have a spy, it looked like 41 was spying him a few times. He ain't fast enough to keep up with him. So it was
no, you know what, though, Marvin? You know what, though? I would say this. Yes, he was. But the thing is, every time Daniels took off, it was usually some of our heavier linemen on the edges. I watched the game twice. Every time he took off, it was usually some of the heavier linemen, not the outside linebackers. It was the heavier linemen that were on the edges, and then he would know to take off. So, man, the thing is, the way they were playing him was good, but Jayden Daniels, he's like a once in a lifetime player, and I don't think too many quarterbacks can get away from those type of lanes that our defense created. But him, he can do it.
Well, that's why I
But
say a two-man spy would have served a better purpose with the Mike and the Will passing him off, and the one whoever didn't have the back to cover it, that's who's responsible for the quarterback. But just leaving, outside edge rushers of 41 to account for Jayden Daniels, that's a problem. I would never do that.
I get it.
Like, okay, if we're going to pressure them, the linemen, when they pressure, at least retrace. Like they're going and he just spitting right down the middle and just going like linemen just retrace.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just get them like it's. I'm sitting there yelling at the screen.
Hey, all of us was everybody on this panel was probably hollering at the screen. Spy. One of y'all gonna spy him. Spy him. I know we were.
Or retrace. Like just retrace or something like.
They would have had the play down.
They would have at least 3 or 4 sacks.
This is the one game where I was looking like, where's Jahad Campbell? Because when Campbell came in the game, a lot of that stopped. And I know Saban loves 17 Trez and Marshall, but that's not his athletic quarterback's not his game. That's when you need Campbell. That's when you need 30. 30 and Lawson together, that would have solved that from the get-go. But because
he even missed the tackle. He even missed a tackle when Daniel scored. He slipped right through his arm.
That's what I'm telling you. Marshall's game is set up for teams like Arkansas. That's his game.
A run stopper.
Yeah, but when you play against the athletic teams like MSU, that's where you need Campbell. That's where 30 needs to start because he's the guy that's got that SEC speed to close on Daniels. Marshall doesn't have that type of speed.
All right, now it's time to switch over to the offensive side. And listen, we got another incredible segment. This is like the one that brings all the money to the table. And we had a quarterback that brought everything to the table. Matter of fact, he went beast mode. And we have a little bit to say. Well, actually, Steve Brown's going to start us all up because we had a lot of people talking at the beginning of the season who are now chirping a different tune. All of a sudden, the Milroe for Heisman posters are going up, and those weren't the posters y'all were holding up before, but we're going to get to that. Folks, it's time for No Laughing Matter.
I am so good looking on that little thing. I love it, Justin. I'm so good looking. Anyway, man, let me just hold this up real quick. Let me just hold that up. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I got a little bit more of that to pass around. Now, right now, I'm on a lot of Bama fan pages, and a lot of those people are mad at me. Why are you bringing this up? This and this and this. No. Listen, we all loving what Jalen Milroe is doing. We're loving what the Tide is doing. We're loving what Tommy Reese is doing. We're loving what Kevin Steele is doing. But no, we're not going to let you forget how you dogged that man and tried to throw him under the bus even before the season and tried to give another quarterback his position without taking a meaningful snap. I'm going to remind you of it. I'm going to keep reminding you of it for the next couple of weeks. So now that he's doing well, everybody, I always rooted for him. I loved him. No, don't get mad. I'm coming for your ass. I'm letting you know right now. It's all love. It's all fun. But I still got some crow to give out. I really do. I think I got a back, a leg, and a couple of wings. So I'm gonna give them out. Now, as far as this Heisman thing, Bama fans, stop it right now. Stop it right now. Now, because Milroe, he's that dude, but he still have a lot to work on. He has the intermediate passes, and he still has to work on reading defenses. Other than that, he's doing his thing, and I feel like he will be. I think he's priming himself for that conversation for next year. But for now, let's not start all this Heisman chatter and all that. Let's let him grow. Let's continue to let him grow, and let's watch him work what he works, and get behind the team. And let's do it like that. You know,
you are 100% correct. And during the game,
I'm always correct.
I messaged y'all about. I keep saying this. He needs to work on his throws 10 to 15 yards downfield into either boundary. I tell you, that's where
Right.
he struggles the most. And that
Right.
one play where the guy 17 was wide open.
Oh, yes. Read option.
Well, let's open the discussion up. Let's talk about the why. Why all of a sudden now do we see Milroe erupt? Why all of a sudden are we seeing this kind of an offense we've been begging for all season? I'm going to start out with our guest. Kevin, if you would, can you talk about what made this click? And can you kind of compare it to, I guess, AJ's emergence back in the LSU game? It's funny that quarterbacks seem to emerge or big players show up against LSU. I'll start out with you, then we'll go to Stephen M. Smith and go down to Bo, then Marvin and Steve.
Well, first of all, I got to commend Jalen, man. He's been fighting a battle since the beginning of the season. You know, everybody doubting him, of course, and I'm praying he didn't read all the tweets on social media or whatever social media platform, but it's clear he didn't, because he's continuing to get better, even though this, of course, y'all said there's a lot of deficiencies, of course, but he's continuing to get better, and he's only going to get better, man. And I commend his leadership and the way he's handled everything. First of all, but it's simple, right? So Coach Reeves knows what he has now. You know, he knows who he's working with, and so they're just running the offense around him. I mean, it's that simple. They're using his strengths, which is running and deep balls.
Absolutely. And one thing, Steve, you talked about eating crow. I got to eat a little crow too, but in a different way. Last year, we were so hard on Bill O'Brien about what he put on Jalen Milroe's plate, trying to force him to be Bryce Young, trying to force him to do too much in the moment. And this year, Tommy Rees actually did the opposite of that. He was very slow and methodical at what he was allowing Jalen to do. But us as fans in the drive-through approach era, we weren't really satisfied. We were wanting everything to come together right now. And I got to commend Tommy Rees for taking the slow, steady pace until he knew that it was time to unleash Jalen. And it was at the best time. It was at the greatest game with the greatest stakes. And, man, it paid off.
Yeah. I gotta say this. And I look at, number one, you got to commend Jalen Milroe for this, is trust in his feet. I understand he had mentioned before, you know, I want to be a point guard with the football. I want to be a distributor. I want to pass the football. And that's great hearing him say that. But when you have a God-given athletic ability, use that. And we saw him finally trust and be like, okay, if I don't see nothing there, I'm going with it. And he had some runs. Boy, did he have – I mean, he was trucking Harold Perkins to the ground. He had some runs in this football game. And then, along with that, as Justin mentioned, you got to take your cap off to Tommy. The first play of the game, Tommy Rees had a formation where it was Milroe at the shotgun. You had Jace McClellan and Kendrick Law flank. We hadn't seen that all year. And Tommy Rees pulls that out. There was a lot of misdirection. There was a lot of eye candy. Marvin said last week, make them think. There was a lot of making LSU think. There was a lot of window dress that Tommy Rees pulled out. And a lot of the guys got involved. Law, Bond, Kobe Prentice, a lot of different, Jam Miller, a lot of different guys got involved. And you got to get to Tommy Rees, to Milroe. But then also, offensive line stepped up. Jayden Roberts, grown man left guard. Caden Proctor stepped up. He had one or two plays where he got beat, but several of those big plays that Bama had in the run game, 74 played a critical role. So the offensive line has come together at the right time.
Now, who is this? Who is this number 77? Because that guy,
Jayden Roberts.
He was. I think that should be his spot, because he was doing his thing. He was doing his thing. So, you know what? One other thing I've noticed, I think we just need to work on. I've counted them. We've had 3 screen passes that we did this year. All of them failed. Every last one of them.
That could be due to outside blocking, i.e. wide receivers. But Bo, you were missing last week.
it's also been due to the offensive line not getting out there for it as well.
That's what it was.
That's
That's what
what
it was.
it's, I don't think it had nothing to do with the receiver because the receiver probably take the top off to clear for the 3 offensive linemen to come around and get
Mhm.
into that alley for that guy. It's just the
Exactly.
offensive line not getting out there in time enough. That's all it is. It's just bad
Yep.
timing.
Yeah, those were screens to the running back, by the way. It wasn't a wide receiver screen, it's screen to the running back. So that lets you know that the offensive line wasn't getting out fast enough. So yeah.
Unless that defense just read the screens out.
All right. Well, before our next guest comes on, Bo, if you would speak on Jalen's emergence. We missed you last week, so I know you've got plenty to say, and the people in the audience missed you, of course. So speak on that before we bring on our next guest.
I really think he's been playing the same to me. It's just that I think he just got more confident in himself, and I think that the people around him got more confident in him as well, that making him play better. And he probably have a teammate in his ear saying that he trusts him to do whatever he got to do. And sometimes that's all it takes for someone to tell you that they believe in you, especially playing the quarterback position. And Kevin, I'm pretty sure you know this as well, that hearing it from your players instead of your coaches, it hits you different when a player say they believe in you than a coach say they believe in you, because it's their job to tell you that. But when a player tell you that, they really mean it, and it make you want to get your shit together. But I just think that he just playing, more confident in himself, and he, like Marvin said, he got to make the easy throws. Like, guy was wide open, he threw it all the way to 15th Street. But you know what I mean?
Do it to my house.
But yeah, it's just that I think they came out with a different sense of urgency this game. It seemed like they came out with a chip on their shoulder, and I don't know what they drunk before the game, but it just seemed like everyone was on that level. And you can just see it from the running back, the offensive line, the receivers, like everybody was just on point, and it just seemed like everybody had confidence in each other. And like I said, they gelled together now, and everybody know how each other play. They know they know each other gonna be at, and they able to clean up their mess if they could. But if you look at the game, we didn't have that many penalties either, like we used to have. We
Mhm.
was only what
Was 5.
5 penalty for
5.
50 yards or so.
Mm-hmm.
And when we was on average of having penalties that were giving us, we were giving us 77 yards on average. So that was a big plus for us to be disciplined in this past game. But hopefully it carry over to next week.
Hey,
So
Bo, you said something. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Stephen. Go ahead.
I was going to say the one thing I'm excited about for the next guest comes on, there is no type of anxiety with this team. Did y'all watch the clip of Roydell Williams in the tunnel leading them guys out, and they were chanting loud,
Right.
and they were getting after it loud? Like, there is no fear on this team. They were ready to go. And then after the game, there was a clip of Isaiah Bond channeling his inner Tony Brown. He was in the middle of the LSU thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
To him. Like,
Yeah.
he was like, if Tony Brown saw that clip, Team B would be proud of that clip because he was the best Tony Brown.
You know something though, before our next guest come on, I gotta say this. My favorite player now is that guy, Jalen Milroe. That guy is amazing. And Bo, I want to go back to something you said. It hits different when one of your friends tell you that they believe in you. So Marvin, I don't believe in you, and I never will.
SDB, I wouldn't expect nothing less from you.
Okay.
Well,
Bring on our
folks,
guest. I don't believe in the staff.
while we sort that out and go to a therapy session, we've got another guest in the building. He is returning to the show. Spent some time. It was before the season that you saw him last, so we're excited to have him back. He was at the game. To bring him in the right way, we only have one person who can do it like no other. Stephen M. Smith, if you would, bring in our guest.
We got one of the up-and-coming rising star recruits on the offensive line, a 2024 guy. We talk about a massive, mean, physical lineman. He's already getting coached up by Eric Wolford right now and guys around the program right now. He's chomping at the bit right now to finish his high school season, get on campus, enroll early, go about the entire process. Man, this brother got some dope hair. Joseph Ionata's in here.
Yes,
Hey
sir.
man, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. When this young man gets to Bama, he is going to be a problem. Look at that damn mullet. He gonna be a problem. He gonna be a problem.
Joseph, don't
That boy
worry.
gonna be a problem.
He's just jealous of your hair, Joseph. Don't pay him no attention.
Appreciate it.
Man, glad to have you back. It's been a minute, brother. Excited to
Man,
have you with us. Real quick, let's go ahead and get a summary. It's been several months. Tell us how the year's been going for you, how you've grown, and what you're looking forward to. As far as, are you done with the season, or are y'all still in the playoffs now?
Yeah, no, I'm super proud of how we've been playing. We finished our regular season 8-2. So we should be number one in our region because the team in front of us has the same record and we already beat them. So somehow they're in front of us. I don't really know how, but we're not really looking too much into that. So we get to play Lakewood this Friday, who actually took us out last year in the playoffs, third round. So the guys are just super excited to kind of get that game. Get a little revenge for that, and I'm just really proud of all we've pushed through and how we've grown so much as a team.
hey man, the last time you were on, man, you were a lot smaller. You gotten big, man. You look like a giant Jesus.
Yeah, it's
Come on
really
with the hair.
it's just been
You
really trying to maintain this weight through the season is the hardest part of it.
look good, man. You look good. Not as good as me, but you look good.
Well,
Yes.
dare to dream, Steve. Dare to dream.
But Joseph, I mean, you got a chance to be a part of the atmosphere of Bryant Denny for the LSU game. I mean, what you think about the atmosphere, the crowd, just how into it the fans were, and you getting a chance to, next year be a part of that? What you think about the crowd and the atmosphere?
Yeah, it's insane. It's that was definitely unlike no other game I've been as a recruit or as a fan too. Even going to NFL games with my family, this just doesn't even it's not even in the same ballpark. Night game, especially as a night game against an SEC opponent, it was just you could just feel the energy the whole time. There was there's a recruit from Largo, and I'm pretty good friends with him. His name's Darius Hayes, and he's committed to Florida right now. And I was talking with him because he was at the game, and we were talking this doesn't happen at other places. The energy that you feel there is just insane.
Wow. And guess what? Did you look around and see how many beautiful women were there? Did you see that? What?
Oh yeah, Coach Wolf used to talk about that all the time before I came up on campus. He was just talking about how he said there's no ugly women on campus. So
Hey man, and listen, hey bro, listen. We got a lot of women watching this show. So right now, give the audience your OnlyFans page. Your OnlyFans.
He's a minor, Steve.
Oh, my bad. So my bad. Don't get a ladies your OnlyFans. I didn't know.
Let's see. I'm getting a call from the FCC again. Thank you, Steve Brown. Well, did you get an opportunity before the game to spend time with the guys? Did you get a chance to reconnect with Olois Alanine? I know that you said that he has spent some time mentoring or investing in you. What was that like? Did you get any opportunities?
Yeah, so I got to talk with the guys after the game. They brought us into the locker room and we got to say what's up and just hang out with them for a little bit after the game.
That's cool.
We were talking. Caden actually asked me how my season was going, and I told him how we were doing well when we play this Friday, and he was like, "Hey, just send me the clip to you. Send me the link so I can watch your game live." So I thought that was pretty cool that the number one tackle in the 23 class is asking me to send him my clip to watch my game. So that was
Right.
very cool.
Yeah. He's doing that so he can steal some of your moves. But send them to him. Send them.
Yeah, no, he's definitely picking it up. I thought he played great.
He did.
He played great this game.
Speaking about the offensive line, from your perspective, how has their growth looked to you? I know for those of us as fans, it's been kind of difficult to watch at times while we figure things out. But what have you seen that maybe we missed, and how much have you seen them grow?
Yeah, I think their growth is insane. I mean, they've grown tremendously throughout the season. When I talk with Coach Wolford, he calls it growing pains. Like it's just everything's so new quarterback. I mean, the freshman starting in the SEC at left tackle that's going to be hard for anyone, no matter who you are. So I feel like obviously fans are quick to like jump if something like goes wrong, but I really think they've all really bought in to being just a hard-nosed football team, and they've taken off really.
And just how hard is it to play with a new quarterback under center for those of us who don't quite understand what that means?
I mean, like watching the games, if you really so like what my dad and I do when we watch like football is we'll watch the offensive line like the whole game, and we'll like see how they play just because like that's how we have always just like loved watching. So even if you just like watch the games, you can see like a majority of the sacks like they're credited to the offensive line. But if you watch like playing with the new quarterback, like him still getting comfortable in the system, and now I feel like he is comfortable in the Alabama system. Like I feel like a majority of the sacks early on weren't so much on the offensive line, and honestly just Milroe learning more how to be that QB1, which I think he's done. Because I think in LSU at the LSU game he did a great job of being decisive and like taking off when he needed to take off and throwing it when he needed to throw it.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, let's talk about you, man. When are we going to see you at Bama? Are you going to be enrolling early, or are we waiting until the spring? Are bowl prep? When do we get our first look at you in a Bama uniform full time?
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing that the bowl prep stuff. So I'm coming up in December as soon as my school says I've graduated. So I'm really looking forward to that. You know, it's honestly a little scary just to like think about being away from home, because like my family and I are so close, and like we do everything together. So it's gonna be new, but I'm super excited to get in there, start practicing, get into the system, and then be accustomed with the system going into January.
Hey man, don't get nervous about being away from home. I've been to jail twice. It's gonna be okay.
I think Joseph, Marvin's got the best advice for you. Go ahead, Marvin.
You want my advice? Show up on campus
I don't know if we can do that.
ass from day one. Show up and show out. You gotta let those upperclassmen know where you stand, because the moment they feel like you're the weakest link, they're gonna try to target you all the time. I went in with one goal and one goal only: disrupt everything that they thought they could do. Shut it down. Be the best version of you can be. And there's going to be guys that are going to tell you, take it easy. This is just practice. It's scout team. It's this, it's that. And time out. You're going to get this work just like everybody else get it every play for a whole year. Don't hold back, because when you're holding back, the eye in the sky don't lie. Coaches see that. So don't let an upperclassman talk you into being less of a player. Go in, kick ass, take names. Let them know you mean business from the word go. Earn every accolade on the field.
And Marvin, I attest to that. Marvin did all those things, every last one of those things. He just didn't go to class, but he did all that.
Well, I do have an all SEC plaque, and I have 3 degrees, Steve. So I think I did something right.
Joseph, as we've said every show, look at that plaque closely. It's a church league basketball championship.
Said by the haters who don't have one.
A church league basketball championship? You're right, I don't. Anyway.
and a plaque from DeVry. Listen,
but Kevin, I can tell that you have a lot to say. I
Hold
know
on,
you've nodding your head.
Hold on.
No, this is my show, sir.
I know. Hold on.
Is the-
You see how I have power, Steve?
You on mute?
Go.
You on mute? Oh, you muted him.
You give it to Ken.
Man, see how
Go ahead, Marvin.
Wide receivers are the worst. Well, DBs and wide receivers are the worst at this, at telling each other to take plays off when they're in camp and doing other things. A lot of them like to loaf because they don't like to do a lot of running. So
Because we do the most running.
right, but expand on what I was just telling Joseph and how that eye in the sky don't lie, and don't let somebody talk you into taking them plays off, because what it does for you in the long run.
Listen, I can tell you my story, whatever. So I was redshirt or whatever, and when I tell you, me, Eddie Lacy, Kenny Bell, DJ Fluker, AJ McCarron, we were all on scout team. We gave our defense the business, but we had a lot of fun with it. I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun. If you don't sit there and think about, I should be playing, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, right? Don't think about that, man. Just go in and learn and do what you're supposed to do and have some fun with it. Your opportunity will come. Prepare like you're about to play in the game. Either way it goes, man. It's a lot of fun, man. If you don't go in and think about it, you should be playing and stuff. Sorry, my little
He had the Ike Turner look in his face, Steve.
No, but go in and enjoy yourself, man, and enjoy the years that you're there, man. Because once you leave that camaraderie, man, you won't find it anywhere else. I promise you.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And take my number. We gonna hang out.
No, do not hang out with him or
Right.
What?
Before I hand it to Bo to give his piece, I gotta ask though, Joseph, is there anybody that you want to take on day one in bowl prep? I know the best wants the best. Is there somebody that you want day one?
I mean,
It's a setup.
I'm not gonna call anyone out, but I'm definitely not gonna back down from anyone who wants to call me out. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna go in there calling people out, but I'm definitely not gonna back down from it.
Joseph, I just knew you were gonna say Dallas Turner. You disappointed me. I just knew you were gonna say Dallas QB killer Turner. You want him first, but you're smart. Don't poke the bear.
Call him out. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna put it on social media that I'm gonna lie and say you called him out. I'm gonna do it. I don't care. I'm gonna do it.
Not even Jaheim Otis. I'd love to see that, man.
Everybody
Big on big.
As soon as we get off this live, I'm going to MySpace. I'm gonna get on there and I'm letting people know what you said.
Bo, go ahead, man. What do you got to say to him, man? I know you agree with a lot of what Marvin and Kevin have said, and probably Steve, because Steve is wise. But what you got?
Yeah. I just say, man, go in there and be yourself, man. Don't go in there and be something that you're not, because then you're gonna be fighting to hold that image. So just be the person that you are. They'll accept you for who you is. And I can tell you my story as well. Prime example, when I got there, I was myself, and by me being myself, I gained a lot of respect from the higher ups over there, like compliance and all the coaches and the staff and the players as well, because what I said I was gonna do, I did. If I said I wasn't gonna do it, then I didn't do it. So you just gotta go in there and be yourself, man, and be, Joseph. Don't go in there and try to be nobody else, and then you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna have to hold up their image. And they can, hinder you from learning the playbook or whatever you got to do, because you're trying to focus on being this person that you're not. So, just be who you are, be where your feet are, and, what I'm saying, dial into the program and, follow the rules, and, everything else will come. It'll fall in your lap if you just do what you're supposed to do.
Joseph, they being too nice. Drive block, pancake block, dominate.
Hey, man.
Right there.
Hey, listen.
Marvin is talking about on the field. I'm talking about all around.
Hey
Marvin
man,
just
listen.
Yes,
focused
you
on
hear
the
that? That
field.
goes
He's not
back.
talking about.
Hey
He's not
man.
talking. He don't know how to act on the outside of football.
Hey man, listen. These guys know what they're talking about. But listen, they're saying all this be who you are and do this and this and that. Man, be anybody you want to be. First day of practice, braid your hair down. Go in as a black guy. You're gonna freak everybody out. Do your thing. Enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Do your thing.
Have fun.
Joseph, after this, don't pay the comments on social media no mind. That's the biggest thing. You go in there, you don't pay the social media comments no mind. You go in there and you play your game.
Yes, the hell you do, because most of them gonna be me. Yes, the hell you do.
I'll let Coach Saban school him on that part.
Well, here's one thing you got to understand, Joseph. The reason why I make the statements that I make, because there are guys that want to make a name off people. And if you're out there lacking and you get caught and they feel like they can make that name off you, or they're going to ride it. So never give anyone the opportunity to exploit you on that field. Never. Be the best version of you at all times. Because again, there's a lot of people looking for that small little window to say, hey, I did this, and this to Joseph or to this person. Don't even give them an opportunity.
Another thing, when you work out, still wear your regular clothes. Look at Marvin. He got a little bitty leotard on that snap up in between the legs. Don't wear them. Just wear wear your shorts and your t-shirt. You ain't got to do all that stuff Marvin do. You know, when he go pee, he had to pull his pants down and snap it up. You ain't got to do all that. Just wear a t-shirt and some shorts. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I got you.
Marv, I never known you just take these punches like this, man.
You know, I'm gonna let Steve have it. You know, this is Steve. You know, we have to let our Make-A-Wish kid enjoy his day sometimes. So I'm gonna let It's close to the holidays, so I ain't gonna be that guy to ruin his, his wish.
Hey, Kev, I got to get this guy before he gets me. He's usually attacking me, so I got to get him first, man.
Marvin, you got a fan here in the audience who agrees with you. I need Marvin to motivate me on a daily basis.
That's what I'm talking about. Wake up and conquer the day, baby. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, she need Marvin to motivate her to get out of bed. That's about it.
But from the moment your eyes open, you ought to hit the
Get
ground.
up, get out the bed, get up.
Well, it ain't hard to get off an air mattress like you sleeping on, Steve. You just roll right off.
Hey, why you put my business in the streets?
Man. Joseph, I got to ask you, they're telling you, do not let anybody try to make a name off of them for themselves off of you. Tell the audience and those people out there who might be thinking about that, why they're not going to make a name of themselves off of you.
Well, I mean, kind of like what they said, like I'm just a guy that doesn't take plays off, it's really just like the joy of us and like playing at a high level by strong like every day. So really just like understanding where my technique sits and like what I need to do off certain moves is really what I think kind of eliminates that.
Well, Joseph, what size shirt do you wear?
2X right now.
Yeah, because I got to send you a T-shirt because I got to make a name for myself. Shit.
All right. Outside the football field, I know you spent a lot of time in Tuscaloosa. Have you already found you a place to eat yet?
Okay, so where
Our
I
place
live,
is. What have you found, man? Have you been to Archibald's yet?
I think so. I don't know.
You
think so?
You think so?
We've been a lot of places.
If he's saying things so, he haven't been there.
Exactly.
He ain't been there.
You would know if you've been.
You know.
He's been to Archibald.
You would know.
They got some buff. They got some.
Let the man talk.
Let the man talk.
So near me there aren't any cookouts. So when we go up there, I like to grab some cookout. There's that rock and roll sushi place.
Oh my God.
Strip, and I really like that place.
Hey man, go to Archibald's.
Hold on, Joseph. If you like going to cookout, I'm gonna give you a real burger place in Tuscaloosa. Go to Mugshots if you want a real burger in Tuscaloosa.
Right.
Go to Mugshots.
Hey.
Quit going to
That's just
cookout.
like quick though.
Hey, listen, another burger place you can go to is Burger King. They always out of stuff. Last time I was there, they was out of people. They were out of people. So yeah, I had to go back there and make my own damn sandwich. So yeah, go there.
It's like being at the self-checkout at Walmart. Anyway.
But look, whatever you do, don't go to Church's Chicken. That's not real chicken. On some missing kids. Don't go there.
That dude, wow.
Why?
What?
Why?
No, I'm afraid they gave me a chicken leg that had a sandal on it. It said fried right. So yeah, don't go there.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yes, welcome back to the Bama Standard interview like no other.
my breast had a real belly button. Go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Joseph,
God.
I'm letting you know this is not a real representation of Bama. Okay,
I got it.
we're just a watered down version, man.
but yet Kevin still comes back to our show quite often.
It's real.
Hey, but real talk though, Joseph. You gonna have good food. Miss Amy Bragg, that nutrition staff, they're gonna take good care of you. You're gonna be all right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Man, Joseph, man, I appreciate you being with us today. It was great having you on. Before we turn you loose, brother, tell us what to expect, as far as from you at Bama. Let the fans know if this is their first time meeting you face to face. Tell them what you bring to the table. I've been told already that you're going to be a day one guy, so maybe the offensive linemen who are already there need to realize that they're about to have to sit down. That's just me, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely just like we're coming with aggression and physicality that I really think Coach Wolf wants to install. So I really think the offensive linemen coming in with me and me especially are coming in ready like day one, just to like really like pound that in and like play some hard-nosed football. That Alabama is known for. So I'm definitely excited to see how this recruiting class like finishes out, because I know there are a couple guys that are still like hot on Bama that are soon to commit. So I'm really for us to really silence all the naysayers who say that Alabama's fallen off when we never left.
Man, that's how you end it right there. Man, we appreciate it, brother. Before you go, tell people how they can find you on social media and all those good places.
Yeah, my Instagram, j.ionata55. And then my Twitter is just Joseph_Ionata.
I'm finna follow you right now. We're gonna hang out.
I got you.
He already put you on block. Anyway, brother, we greatly appreciate that, and we hope we can have you back on soon. I know that your days are about to get a whole lot busier with finishing your season, and then going into bowl prep, and then being over here in the spring. Hopefully, we can fit some time in with you. But man, we're cheering for you. We look forward to hearing more great things. Roll Tide.
Hey man, good luck, brother. Thanks for coming on, man. We appreciate you.
Woo!
Man, I think we made a difference, Steve.
We did.
We convinced him to not
Probably.
eat Church's Chicken.
All right, just kind of shift gears real quick as we get closer to the end of our show. Before we can get to the prediction part, we got some news, and there's only one man who can bring the news like no other. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen M. Smith is here with the depth chart.
All right, so we got some news here from Coach Saban. Got a couple of injuries here. Number one, so Deontay Austin, Dean's got an ankle, hurt the ankle against LSU. Jalen Key, the free safety, has got a quad issue. And then, so I know a lot of people have been wondering, where's Ja'Cory Brooks? Where has he been? Well, I found out from Nick Saban, where has he been? He's been doing a banged up shoulder the whole year. So that's why Ja'Cory's been missing in action. Also, Devontae Smith, not the receiver, the defensive back, who had a foot injury in fall camp. He's finally 80% healthy, doing some dryland running. Now, his he's attacked it well. Depending on, we know if Alabama beats Kentucky, it goes to the SEC championship. If he can attack this rehab, Devontae Smith could be able to contribute for Bama by the SEC title game. Because remember, the guy that was supposed to start it for you, he got hurt the final week of camp. and letting out Jalen Key to pass him up and take the job. So Devontae Smith getting better, getting stronger. Dinar and Jalen Key are both questionable. I think they'll both find a way to push themselves to go against Kentucky. If they don't, Jahad Campbell plays for Dinar, and in place of Jalen Key, I know Christian Story is the leader on that roster, but I would much rather see maybe a Brayson Hubbard, maybe a Tony Mitchell, maybe somebody else in that spot, either than Christian Story.
What about Earl Little?
Earl could play it, but I think Earl naturally is star.
But is he redshirted or what's going on with him?
No, he plays. He plays. His natural spot though is star. What's crazy though is
Okay.
Terrion Arnold's so versatile that Terrion just opens everything because Terrion can play corner, Terrion can play star, and Terrion can play safety.
And he's the best, and he's the best DB we got, hands down, in my eyes.
The versatility of Terrion. So this is how this is going to go. If Jalen Key doesn't play, this is how it sets up. If Key doesn't play, Trey Amos is corner, Terrion is star, and Malachi's free safety. And that's if Key doesn't play because of Terrion's versatility.
Okay, cool.
If Dion doesn't play, you got Jahad Campbell. He's the immediate backup, so that's already fixed. And we're waiting on just Ja'Cory Brooks to get fully better with that shoulder. And of course, you got Devontae Smith, who's drying and running, trying to get that last 20% to be 100%.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Stephen, there's one person that has been oddly quiet over the past several weeks. That's Kendrick Blackshire. Any chance we kind of see a reemergence here in the later part of the season, especially against Kentucky?
I can see it. I know he's been out there more on special teams the last few games, and part of it because of the fact that they can't keep Campbell off the field. He's that good. They cannot keep Jahad Campbell off the field. I mean, he's that dude. So I think Blackshire is going to have a reemergence against Kentucky. And then a lot of the guys' personnel, once again, when you're playing athletic quarterbacks like Jayden Daniels, you want fast guys that can close. Jahad Campbell can close. When you're playing against teams like Kentucky and Arkansas that just run the ball teams, then that's where you would have more of your Marshalls, more of your Kendrick Blackshire. So Saban and Kevin Steele, they play a lot of the personnel game. Which package works for which week?
Okay, so our starting linebacker, number 32, he may not play this game, right? So when that be Blackshire, the next man up, or at middle linebacker, who would it be?
That would be Campbell. So Blackshire is the backup to Marshall, who's 17.
Okay.
So
right.
the backup to Dinar is Campbell, 30.
Yeah.
All right, folks, things are changing as far as what kind of offense we're going to see this week. It's time to talk about the Kentucky game. It's time to give our scores and our players of the game. Last week, we were playing against an offense that featured 4 and 5 wide and a mobile quarterback running attack. This week, we're going to running game that's going to pound at you. Ray Davis is a dude to be looking out for. He has been that constant performer for Kentucky all season. Matter of fact, he is second in the conference in rushing. We're going to have to be disciplined, filling the gaps. They also like to make a living with crossing routes, quick screens, and getting out on the perimeter. And Devin Leary, who hasn't really had the senior season, sixth-year senior season, he's been in college forever, that many people had anticipated him to have. But now he seems to be catching a rhythm, and now he goes against one of the better secondaries in the country. Now, we might not be able to run the ball like we did this past week because they're actually good up front, number 21 against the rush. But where they are weak is this secondary, number 81, defending the pass. So it's time for predictions and players of the game. We're going to start out with Stephen M. Smith. Then we go to Bo Scarborough, Steve Brown, Marvin Constant, because Kevin Norwood is our guest of honor. He will go last. Take it, Steve.
So we looked at, the LSU game as kind of a mini shootout, but thankfully you hold LSU to 28, 7 of those in the second half. I don't see this as a shootout. I have great respect for Mark Stoops. I really do. But I feel like this is the type of game where you're most of a pound team. You don't have that prolific passing game. Yes, you do have screens and different things, but it's not necessarily prolific. So I feel like this plays right into what Kevin Steele and Nick Saban want to do. I think this is another game where Jalen Milroe takes a bigger step in terms of the 10 to 15-yard intermediate passing game. I look at 30. I look at 35, 35-10. I got 35-10 Bama over Kentucky. My offensive player of the game will be Jalen Milroe. He will be a lot better at those 10 to 15-yard throws to the boundary. He will improve on that. I think he'll be a lot better in that area. My defensive player of the game, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Malachi Moore in this game. I'm gonna go Malachi for defensive player of the game. I sat there and I said last week that Arnold would get a pick. He got one at a crucial moment. I'm gonna go Malachi Moore in this game. I'm gonna say this: Malachi leads the team in tackles. I think Malachi Moore leads the team in tackles in this game.
And teams who run screens and throw out to the perimeter don't do exactly well against Malachi Moore because he snuffs that out very quickly and puts it into it. Bo, talk to us, man. What do you got over there in Lexington? We're going to Kroger Field. The
home of the cow races, not cow races, horse races.
The bettors are the people in Vegas, that is, think we're only going to win by 11. They're expecting possibly a letdown, a hangover game. Prove them wrong. What you got?
I'm gonna go 31-17. And my offensive player is Jace McCullough. I can see him having a field day on them guys. Playing one of his better games this week. And the defense, I'm gonna go with Marvin guy, Dallas QB Killer Turner. I think he'll have a great game as well. I think he'll have 2 sacks, and I think he'll have a big time game this week as well.
Hey, real quick, Efren Davis has given us $5 for this question. So, the former players on this panel, how do players eat on the road games?
Pizza and cheeseburgers the night before.
The same as the home game, it's just nastier.
Nah, pizza.
It actually depends on where you go.
Pizza and cheeseburgers.
Some places do have they do cook good for us.
Hold on, Kevin, boy, I just got one question for y'all. Did they used to give y'all pizza and cheeseburgers for snacks the night before games?
Pizza, cheeseburger,
everything.
Everything.
Man, I used to load up on pizzas and cheeseburgers, and the next morning before a game, I couldn't eat nothing.
Dessert, we had ice cream, cookies, brownies.
Big bowl of ice cream after I was done with the cheeseburgers and pizza.
We're taking everything to the room. Let's go.
Everything. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
My coach always used to ask me,
Ice Krispy treats.
He said, how do you eat like that and then go out and play the way you play? I was like, hey, man, listen, don't worry about what I put in my body.
They gave Steve liver cheese and crackers at Stillman. Steve Brown, it's time to hear from
catfish guts and crackers. Go ahead, Justin. My bad.
Hey, Steve, have you been keeping a tally how many times I've been interrupted tonight by this panel?
I haven't. I haven't. Because I've been doing it my damn self. I haven't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's your turn, man. The star needs to speak. The people need to hear what's going to happen in Lexington, the score, and your offensive and defensive player of the game.
I really don't know much about Kentucky, but I hope that Bama doesn't have a hangover, but I'm going to go 28-10. And I think the offensive player of the game is probably I got 2, Jalen Milroe or either J.M. Miller. I just love that guy, the way he runs. And of course, I got my 2 favorite on defense. That's Terrion Arnold and Malachi Moore. To me, those guys are lights out. So, and you know what? We haven't had not one emergence of Kool-Aid making an interception or nothing. But we got maybe he'll step up and do something. But he hasn't done anything that
We ain't heard about him the whole season, huh, Steve?
Nothing.
Well, not getting an interception is not necessarily a bad thing. Usually, if it's quiet on that side, that means he's doing his job. But I get it. You want to see a little bit of prime time, high stepping from the 20.
I know. I want to literally see him hit somebody like Terrion Arnold. Terrion Arnold is coming up laying the wood. He's doing it all, and that's why I feel like people can have all the hype, that they want, but you got to go out and perform. For instance, the national championship team when Kevin was on it, we had all these big name receivers, but when we played LSU in the championship, who led us off? Who was killing the honey badger? This man right here. So it's not who you know, is who you're looking at. And right now, that Terrion Arnold is showing everybody he is that dude. That's just what it is. So to me, I like Kool-Aid. Don't get me wrong, but he does avoid physicality. I've seen it too many times. So that's just me though.
Marvin Constant, it's your turn. Let them know.
You want me to let them know?
Let them know.
I'm going to let them know. Listen, people, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the game when this team finally puts it together in all three phases of the game. They're going to play a complete game, first half, second half. You're going to see this team take everything that they did second half against Tennessee, second half against LSU, and they're going to play a complete game on the road. I think it's the start of them going on this run that's going to help them achieve their season-long goals. It starts this week. I'm going 41-13. You're going to see this defense step up and make plays. You're going to see the offensive line blocking. You're going to see Milroe taking off. You're going to see Milroe make most of the throws he needs to make. You're going to see the most complete game you've seen all season, 41-13. And you already know my player of the game, QB Killer himself. Keep laying that wood, Dallas. Don't let nobody tell you no different. Keep being the damn Terminator.
Dallas is not that good. You know why I said that? You know why I said that? Because Marvin likes him. So that's why I said that.
Justin, take Steve off. Just go ahead. Just remove him. Close his window.
QB Killer.
Kevin Norwood, you've listened to all this nonsense all night. You had an opportunity to soak in absolutely everything, probably more than you bargained for. You're the last voice here before I give my prediction. What you got?
I'm with Marvin on this, man. I would love to see a complete game from start to end. And like Mark said, I think that's what we're going to get this weekend, and hopefully. But it's going to be great to see. I don't really like doing players of the game, but because I want everybody to do good, right? So. I'm just having a complete game, man.
Just pick QB Killer. That's the safe bet.
Oh, you can just say the wide receiver unit.
Hey, Bond and the rest of those guys, man, they've been stepping up and making plays. I would like to see the freshman receiver.
Jalen Hale.
Hell, I would like to see him make some more plays too. He's been looking really good too as well. So I can't wait to see it then.
Hey, Justin, can you do us a favor, fellas? Let's not invite Kevin back because he got too many morals. He's just too respectful. I don't think he doesn't fit this show. He's over there with his kids. He's being a dad and doing everything. I'm like, come on, man. No.
Well, my beautiful wife right here too as well. Too. See.
Man,
come say hey, love, bud.
In other words, we wanted to kill it. We wanted to kill it, but instead we got the Huxtables. All right, cool.
Well, I can tell you this.
This is what I have to deal with right here. They keep inviting me back. They keep inviting me back on this show. I don't know why.
But the thing is,
my name is Steve. I'm the star of the show.
Oh, I can tell.
He's the clown of the show.
You all look so nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, but before we get out of here, though, I need y'all to understand something, man. It's November, and anybody who plays college football knows the importance of the month of November. You have playoff rankings coming every Tuesday. This is the time when you pad that resume to really make that committee respect you. So that's why I say we're going to play a complete damn game this week, and we're going to grab the committee by the damn balls and make their ass respect us and respect who we are. We are Alabama. Make no mistake about it. We hadn't been the same, as we used to be, but we coming damn back. I can promise you that.
There it is.
We are
My
still eighth.
predictions.
We're still eighth in the playoff ranking. Still
I
eighth.
don't
Don't
get to
matter.
that.
We gonna grab the committee by the balls this week after we whoop Kentucky. Don't worry. Listen, as long as we do what we gotta do, we'll be fine.
David Kendall just gave us some money to ask the question: will pretty boy Jake Pope start next year? Stephen and Smith, you want to take that?
Jake Pope start next year. I think he will. He's in prime position because of the fact that you think about it like this. Does Jalen Key go pro after this year despite the injuries? Was he a one and done guy? If he chooses to do so, that opens up a spot for Jake Pope. You got to think you lose Malachi this year. You think you got Kool-Aid and Terrion, you possibly could lose both of those two. So
Terrion is a sophomore.
Terrion's a
He's a
third year
junior.
player. He's
Oh, really?
junior.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
you're going to lose quite a bit from the secondary after the season. So there's a spot there for Jake Pope if he wanted. There's a spot there.
For me, real quick, my players of the game, offensive, I'm going to go with Roydell Williams. I think he's going to be the guy. He showed out in the second half this past game, and they weren't ready for that. I think he continues with that steam and that velocity and reminds Kentucky that they're not so good up front as they think they are. Defensively, I'm going to go with Malachi Moore. I think that his type of play completely is going to disrupt what their offense is geared toward. My score is going to be Alabama 35, Kentucky 17. Stephen and Smith just said that the playoff rankings were released. We're still sitting at number 8. Guys, if we went out, is it enough? Or do we need some things to happen? Real quick, 30 seconds, go around, give me your quick answer. Stephen and Smith.
I was already talking, but you're going to call Stephen fine.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
Listen, here's the reality of it. Ohio State has to play Michigan. Penn State has to play one of them. They lost Ohio State. They still got to play Michigan. We don't have to play Georgia as long as we keep winning. Everything in front of us is going to take care of itself. The only team that might escape, without a loss, potentially one Big Ten team and potentially Washington. Outside of that, everything else is in play. So as long as we win, we're fine.
If y'all can sit here and tell me that Washington, Oregon, even Texas again is better than Bama right now, y'all gotta be out of your mind.
Exactly. I know. I said the same thing. I agree with you.
No, I ain't gonna say that.
But
if they let those teams in and get in the playoffs, man, it would not be fun. They're gonna get blown out by any team.
Yeah,
so it's all gonna work itself out. Trust
it
me.
will. That's what I'm thinking.
It always does.
Yeah, that's true.
It will work itself out. And I'm gonna say this: Washington still has to play Oregon State. DJ Oyungalele is playing some of his best ball right now, and that game is in Corvallis. I don't think Washington escaped that one.
And they may get a rematch with Oregon in the Pac-12 championship game. So.
But then you may not even have a Big Ten, an undefeated Big Ten team, because again, Ohio State and Michigan still has to play. Michigan still has to play Penn State. So there's still a lot of things that could happen along the way. This is November. So just sit back and enjoy the ride, baby. Just as long as our team does what they're supposed to do, we'll be fine.
You heard it here, folks. No worries needed. All right, time to close things up. As we always do, we're going to pass around the room for everybody to pop what they got. Before I got that, I got another super chat coming to us from David Kendall, anti-Bama committee. Yes, they can be. But thank you for the super chat. Marvin, lead off. Tell us about 40 Plus Strong, how they can find you on social media, and just how do you get those shirts on?
Hey, again, Constant 45. That's my IG. There's a direct link on there to order my book if you're looking for a resource that'll help you get back in shape at the age, late 40s, 50s, late 30s. And again, understanding what to eat, when to eat. 3 different workout programs: one for beginners, one for intermediate, one for people who've been doing it for a while. Understanding how to survive the holidays. It's that time of the year again. So all the resources you need to get back in shape, it's all there. It talks about the sex life, hormones, testosterone, everything that you need to enhance your life at this age. It's all in the book. Best $15 you'll ever spend. But I got to deviate real quick, man. I got to say it, man. Just shout out to the Torbush family, man. That hurt my heart yesterday to see one of my former defensive coordinators, Carl Torbush, pass at the age of 72. So, man, that was seems like a lot of people who I played with or coached me, leaving this world in the past year. So, man, shout out to him and his family. I'll keep y'all in my prayers, man. And just know you're not alone, man. We all hurting.
And folks, if you act now and order Marvin's book, it comes with a free sample of Blue Chew. All right.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
But we know you have,
Key.
but we know you have to run, so I'm gonna let you go next. Tell folks what you got going on, all your social media, your website, your shirts, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
You got on Spanx.
you can find me. You can find me on Instagram, Bo Scarborough, Twitter, Starborough06, and I'm on Cameo, Bo Scarborough as well. And you can go to boscarborough.com and find all my merch on there. Want to wear, summer wear, whatever you need is on there. Also dealing with this meeting with this merging with the USFL and the XFL. In the middle of that right now. And I'll know more about that next week after we have the meeting with the CBA. And that's about it for me.
We appreciate you. Charles Banks. Steve has started to wear smaller shirts like Marvin.
I told you got on Spanx.
Marvin, audience member here didn't hear how they could get your book at the initial promo. How can they get your book?
The link is on my Instagram.
They don't want the book, they want the shoe.
But if you don't have Instagram, you can go to Amazon. It's sold on Amazon. The title is Physical and Mental Fitness at 40 Plus. It's a picture of me on the cover, so you can't miss it. But yeah, it's a great resource, and I'm always available for questions if you have questions about fitness. So Physical and Mental Fitness at 40 Plus.
Oh, you also forgot to tell him it was a coloring book. But go ahead, Justin.
Well, Steve Brown, it's actually your turn. How can they find you on social media? Where are you going to be appearing next on your comedy tour, sir?
Follow me on social media. My Instagram is Comic Steve Brown. One word, Comic Steve Brown. You can also check out my fan page on Facebook, Comedian Steve Brown fan page. And I will be in Killeen, Texas this Friday and Saturday at the Twice as Funny Comedy Club. So man, y'all come on out, man. As a matter of fact, I get a lot of Bama fans coming to my show, and I really appreciate you guys. So again, I'll be in Killeen, Texas this Friday and Saturday. Tickets are going fast. Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge. So that's where I'll be.
Awesome.
When will you be back close to the to Oxford, to Mississippi, Alabama area?
I ain't never coming back to
Mississippi. You need a passport to go to Mississippi.
I ain't never coming back to Mississippi. Actually, man, the closest place I've been to Oxford is to Chuckles Comedy House. You ever heard of that in Memphis?
Yeah, not heard of that, but Memphis, yeah.
yeah, it's in Memphis. But yeah, as a matter of fact, my partner Carlos Miller is from Oxford. But no, because Oxford is like, I think, a Latin word for nothing to do. But listen,
I can testify to that.
I told you, Mississippi is the armpit of the U.S. Man, they need to put up a fence around Mississippi and just keep everybody in there.
All right, Trump, build a wall.
Build a wall.
Build a wall. Keep them out.
Build a wall. Build a wall around Mississippi.
You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
Build a barbed wire fence around Mississippi. Okay, go ahead.
That's okay.
Stephen M. Smith, what you got? Tell them about what's on deck tomorrow night for In My Own Words, how they can find you on social media, any new articles you might have popping up, all that good stuff.
Well, in terms of the new articles popping up, we were able to get one up on. Everybody's been going haywire about the Dallas Turner hit, which I put an article. It was a clean hit, people. It was a clean play. I know you got Tim Brando calling it dirty. You got other national media analysts going haywire. I'm sitting here challenging folks on Twitter. It was a clean. If you know anything about football, that was a wrap-up tackle, clean play. So that was that part of it. But in my own words, tomorrow we got Kentucky. We're breaking down this matchup. Once again, I have great respect for Mark Stoops, but it's just he's getting Alabama at a time where Alabama's peaking at the right moment, where the defense is playing well, the offense is playing well, as Marvin mentioned. This is the game where they put it all together, and they will put it all together against Mark Stoops and Kentucky. So also, there are signed testimonials for Marvin's book, so get that book out. People have sent Marvin signed testimonials about how the book has helped them. It's helped me also because it helps me get a new pair of glasses. So appreciate the book there. Because the book helps me get a free pair of glasses each week. So appreciate that, Marvin.
No doubt.
I got one of Marvin books, and I opened it up, and they had a pair of drawers in it. I'm like, wait a minute.
Marv, come on, man. Come on, Marv.
Am I supposed to wear these while I'm working out?
Steve, I thought they were a pair of chaps.
They were some white Hanes.
Are you gonna close the show or not, Justin?
No, hell no.
Man,
Hell no, don't close it.
Before we hand it off to Kevin, I want to remind everybody the wonderful things that you can find on this channel alone. Tonight, we're not done. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, the final whistle with Chris James, Dan James, Ty Hayes, Matt Cadell, and Coach Smook. And then tomorrow night, right here, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, Crimson Dynasty with She Payne. And everybody who shows up in the chat, like you always do for us, show up in the chats for these other shows. Give them some love. Then Friday night, we have the game simulation with Coach Smook at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And Saturday, immediately following the game, you're going to have the Bama Standard post-game show. We expect everybody to be there. Kevin, we greatly appreciate you putting up with us and the nonsense we bring. You may have, psychological problems afterwards, but, you chose this. If you would, tell people how they can find you, what you got coming up next.
Yeah. I'm going to comedy tour too. I got a comedy tour coming out. I think I'm going to join Steve somehow, some way. I might jump on his stage and beat him up or something,
You won't be the first to do that.
You won't be the first.
Marv, I'm trying to help you, man. I'm trying to help you, Marv. It's been great, man. It's always a pleasure coming on the show. I definitely appreciate it. I'm not doing much. So I'm enjoying my life, enjoying my new career as an instructor. 3 beautiful kids and a wife.
What course are you teaching?
Sports management. So I got my master's in sports management, and
that's what's up.
For some reason, they allow me to teach the rest of these students.
Hey man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
By the way, for everybody that's watching, Bama is allowing formal players to get some off their NIL too, as well. So my stuff might not be in stores, but you can find it elsewhere, I'm sure of. So I love to see Kevin Norwood jerseys around Bama on game days and whatnot. Also follow me, of course, Twitter, Mr. Clutch _83. I think that's what it is. I can't remember. I haven't seen it in a while. And of course, you can follow me on Facebook, Kevin Norwood. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We greatly appreciate everybody showing up tonight and doing their thing with us, because you can't get to another game without us leading the way. But that'll do it for us tonight. We'll be back the following week, and we may have a special guest. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, good night, everybody. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Hey, Marvin, they never let us on the other shows. Have you noticed that, Marvin? They never let us on the other shows. They were the Bama shows. He just
because I seen that video of Sexy Red and you were sniffing the screen. Hey, bye.